What's up, everybody? It's Sid and Millie back with another episode. Thank you so much for joining us today. We will be chatting about another movie that we just recently watched on Netflix.
Yep.
Bit of a funny one. It's an animated movie, basically about dogs. But from the perspective of the dogs,
Yeah.
and it was called Fixed.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. So another Netflix film, another comedy. Comedy has kind of been our vibe recently, kind of
Yes.
getting into shows that are going to give us a good laugh, a good giggle. And so, yeah, that brought us to this show Fixed on Netflix. I think it was actually like a suggested after a comedy special we watched recently or something like that. So,
yeah.
it popped up. It came out in 2025. And yeah, it was an experience. But essentially, I'll just read the little description for you. It says, when a sex-obsessed dog discovers he's getting neutered, he goes off leash and hits the town for one last night of debauchery with his pack.
Yeah.
And that kind of describes it perfectly.
Perfectly. Yeah. Like, I think about this as like an adult version of Secret Life of Pets.
Yeah.
If you've seen that very cute little kid movie, nice animal perspective movie of like, oh, this is what the dogs or cats do when their owners are away. This was the adult version of that, where they show all of the like horny dogs and things like that, and actually showing more of the animalistic desire aspect of a dog's life.
Yeah, definitely a much very adult, very crude, very like graphic depiction of the animals, and just a very, very adult version of it. And I mean, even in the preview, it's like it's got the censored over like the dog's butt, but yeah, I mean, there is nothing censored really in the show. Like,
once you start the movie, you will not be censored any longer.
Yeah,
we thought it was going to be like that because it showed the little like redacted boxes over the butt, and then like the family jewels.
Yeah.
So whoopsie. So yeah, but once you start the movie, it is fully just animated.
Yeah.
Butts and balls.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll introduce us to like the main cast, like who were kind of the main.
Yes. So the main character, the main dog, he's a mutt. His name is Bull. And yeah, he was the main character. He was very interesting, very much the only one of his friends that wasn't neutered.
Right. So
humping
everything. Yeah, I mean, he was like a 2-year-old dog, so anybody who's had a dog who has gone through like that puppy phase, especially around like the terrible twos, that they are kind of menacing. Like, they have a lot of that menace energy, that destructive energy, and Bull, they did a good job of kind of exemplifying what that looks like in probably the most extreme case.
Yeah, of
to be fair, because he was like destroying stuff in the house, destroying shoes, humping everything.
Yep. Like, in a relationship with Nana's leg.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah.
Nah, the beginning was crazy.
Yeah,
that was crazy
because the way they like slow shot it into the bedroom of him like humping, and it kind of looked like typical what you would see like when a movie is trying to display like a hookup after like a one-night stand or something.
The clothes in the hallway, the kind of open door, you're just hearing what they're saying.
The sounds,
like
you're just hearing the sounds.
Yeah.
And
it's like clothes strewn about,
and like the shoes he had chewed, and just all of that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Right.
Yeah. Having to finish.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Humping everything throughout the house because he was getting in trouble for humping Nana's
leg.
So
he's like running through the house, like sprinting through the house, causing all this chaos. Yeah, and then still just like humping everything. Again, a very extreme case of a horny dog. But essentially, the family. There's a rumor at the dog park, so they go to the dog park pretty frequently.
Finish introducing more of the characters.
Yeah. So we've got like Bull, who's played by Idris Elba.
Yeah.
You can definitely hear like the Brit.
Rocco is Idris Elba.
Oh, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. My bad. Not Bull. Rocco. Yeah, he's like the boxer. Elba. He's like the buff dog, like the
English accent. Had like the I guess like big dog like energy.
Definitely. Yeah. And I thought this was like interesting because I haven't really seen Idris Elba in like something like this where it is more like comedy focused, but also like a very crude comedy.
Yeah.
Because I feel like when you think of, you know, Sir Idris Elba, you're thinking of like a sophisticated like spy movie or something like that. So it was pretty interesting hearing, like hearing his voice come through, and I was like, wait a minute, I know that.
Yeah, you called that. You were doing really well with that.
I know. I was wrong about what the main dog
Jack
though.
Black.
Yeah, I thought it was
Jack
Black.
Who he was,
yeah,
but yeah.
I assume it was Adam Devine.
Oh yeah, that's who it was.
Yeah,
and then Catherine Hahn was Honey,
Honey,
which was the love interest
of Rocco
of Bull.
Damn. All right, Bull. Yeah, so she's like a what would you say, like a show dog?
Yeah, like an Australian Shepherd type dog, I think, but like, I don't know, whatever the dog with
pointed
the long
nose,
faces.
yeah, very like bred for competition type dog. That they're basically next door neighbors and had grown up together. So she's kind of like flirting over the fence in the beginning to the main guy, but he doesn't really like pick up on the signs she's putting down. He was
so uncomfortable with it.
Yeah,
he was like, like showed the sweating on his face. Right. Couldn't, and then as soon as he gets called for a walk, he's like, I gotta go.
Facts.
Runs away from her every time.
Definitely. And they were definitely like highlighting that kind of like teenage weirdness, insecurity when it like comes around like topics of sex and those sorts of things.
And like boys with girls. They're like, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to talk to her. Like, that sort of vibe.
Yeah. But essentially, like the pack, all the guys, all the boys, they roll up to the dog park. They're having a good time chatting, but they see one of the other dogs that they know. He's wearing the cone and he's hunched over in the corner at the dog park. And so they go over to him to find out like, what's going on? What's up with you? And
he's haunted.
He is haunted. Yeah, that's the best word for it. He looks like he has been through something so traumatic. And basically starts explaining how his family, they gave him everything he wanted, all the pets, all the food, filled up the toilet with Kool-Aid, let him drink of it.
The Kool-Aid.
And then when he like passed out from all of the indulgence, he woke up and his balls were gone.
Yeah. He got neutered. He got neutered. But he got a big party right before.
Exactly.
And all the other dogs at the dog park were like, yeah, that's the same exact experience I had.
They could all relate.
Yes. Yeah. And Bull was like, oh, sucks to be you guys. Right. Basically, he was like, I'm still intact back here.
Right. Yeah. At that point, he was still like, you know, the bull. He had his balls, wasn't neutered yet. And all of these other dogs had shared how terrible the experience was.
Yes.
So he knew it was something he didn't want, but, you know, was still basking in his intactness.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So there were a couple of other dogs in the pack. So what were your thoughts on Fetch, the wiener dog, who was like he was basically an influencer, like kind of showing that sort of vibe where like their owners are using their dogs to
make content.
And
had him like dressed like a little human, like in a little like tech outfit. And then the dog was like walking on it like two legs. That was hysterical. I mean, again, I love when art, it kind of mirrors real life and vice versa. So I really liked that they showed that, because we know that like the influencer class is, it's a reality, right?
Yes.
Like we all see like the Instagrams for dogs and the people who have Instagrams and TikToks for their animals. So, I mean, hell, even I used to, post my dog on, all my platforms as well. So, they definitely like took a play on that very real world.
Definitely. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So he was one. And then the last main character was Lucky, who was like a little dog. When we first met him, he was eating like a mouthful of cat poop.
Right.
Which was, I hated that part.
Yeah.
Even though it's animated, it made me feel so queasy. I was like, oh, I don't like
I know, but just true dog behavior,
no,
right?
It was. Like, it really was.
Just highlighting those gross things that all of our dogs do or did that we don't want them to do. Eating the cat poop, it was very dog-like.
Yeah, so dog-like.
They kind of joked about that. All the other dogs are like, what are you doing? You know that's cat shit. And he's like, oh, is it?
And then just keeps chewing it.
Is it? Yeah, something about. And then like, yeah, it was just like crazy.
Yes, yeah. So that's the full like main crew.
Right.
Wow, that's everyone.
But basically, like, you know, the main guy, what's his name again? Bull. He gets home and then he goes through that same thing.
He gets a party.
Yeah, they're like loving on him. They're petting him nonstop. They're giving him all this food. He's playing fetch in the house, breaking shit. And then he gets to the toilet and it's filled with Kool-Aid. And he's like, wait a minute.
Oh no.
All the stories start replaying in his...
It shows like the toilet bowl of all of the other dogs just like telling him about their experience.
Right.
They gave me everything I wanted. There were no rules. And like just swirling around the toilet.
Exactly.
And so he was having an existential crisis about
Facts. Yeah. So he like is it like cuts to him in the backyard, like super depressed, like doesn't want to play fetch with his owner, doesn't want to do anything because he knows what's coming. He knows what is on the way. But finally, internally, he's just like, well, I think he had a chat with his friends first. They kind of shamed him for his like,
right, because they had all come over and he was like, I can't lose my balls, I can't do that, like, and then basically listing off all these reasons why, and all his friends are like, damn, this is how you really feel about us.
I know, right, because they were all neutered. Yeah. So after they left, whatever, he makes a decision. I am not gonna get my balls cut off. So he tries to hop the fence, but he's a fat mutt.
Yeah, he like ripped his collar off and then got a running start. Face plants into the fence.
Yeah, but thankfully knocked some things loose and he was able to like squeeze through eventually. So then he's
so
like
convinced he was gonna jump over the fence.
I know. So delusional. But pretty funny. And then he like goes on this like adventure to be out on his own and not get neutered and see what everything is like.
What's it all about out there? Yeah, because then he like runs into the carnival or like the street market.
He started to get hungry immediately.
Yeah, literally.
Then, went to the street carnival. He's like eating all this food and shit.
Just falling from the sky into his mouth.
Facts. And then what? Then you had like the was the next thing the alleyway with the cats?
Yes, he like ran into, I guess like he was having a great time at first, and then like scary things started happening that were startling him, and so he ended up running into an alleyway, and then oh my god, because he was starting to hallucinate his balls like running away from him. So he was chasing after them.
That's right, he was chasing after his
because then he found this cat who had like a tennis ball and a ball of yarn in front of it. But he was imagining them as like his balls. Because did he get high before that?
Yes, that's right. Because after he went to the carnival, there was somebody hotboxing their car, and he stood outside the car, and also he got that contact. And then he essentially is seeing he's hallucinating and seeing his own testicles running away from him.
So he's chasing them, and then runs into this one cat. And then realizes that he was hallucinating. And then is like, oh, sorry, I'll get out of here now. My bad. And turns around and there's just like hundreds of eyes looking at him.
Yeah, and they played up on the cat versus dog beef much. Dogs and cats are just not friends.
Yes, actually, because then all his friends showed up. These dogs are all just free range. They're all just indoor, outdoor dogs, I guess. They're like, you guys go.
So unrealistic.
I know, but it's a movie, whatever. It's just funny. But so then, like, as the cat was about to strike, his friend Rocco was like, puts his paw in front of it.
Right. Well, the cats had the whole hypnotization thing that they tried where they were just sitting there humming for a little bit.
Like right before, once all his friends showed up, they all were just
sitting there like, yo, that was kind of creepy.
It was creepy.
It was like a dark alleyway, and then you had all these cats kind of with like and they kind of had like that campfire light like coming from underneath them, and they were just making the same sound.
Yes, the eyes were creepy, and then they were like, okay, they're doing this to try and distract us, and then they're gonna strike.
Yeah, exactly.
And they did.
Yeah, but the dogs, the pack, they came together and helped him get out of there.
Yeah.
And then at that point, I feel like They had the incident with the squirrel.
Well, this was right after they got away from the cats, because then they
Right.
had like a recognition that they were like, we're going to use your balls for everything they are on this last night.
Right. They decided to have like a last hoorah, like a little bachelor party,
Yup.
essentially for Bull's
For
dog.
Bull. And then it cuts to them running, just like running down the street. And you're like, oh, cool. They're like having a whole little running montage. And then it cuts and show like the music changes, and then it shows that they're chasing a squirrel.
One of them goes, squirrel.
Yeah.
They're like fucking chasing the guy down, and they caught it.
And they ripped the head off.
They exploded.
One of them caught it, and then one of them grabbed the head and they ripped it in half. Blood was going everywhere.
Yeah, it was
all over them, all over some people that were at a restaurant.
And then they were like, why do we chase squirrels?
That's what we always wonder. They're like, what do we really do with them?
Yeah, and then one dog got sprayed with a skunk. And then they were also still running down the street. And as they were walking past a lady with one of those purse dogs, the dog goes, help me. And so they attack her.
Yeah, they just start barking and like posting up at her, and she drops the purse.
Yeah, and the dog's like, I can walk. Like literally like petrified because it's just been a little purse dog for its whole life. So then it joins them. It's like running around the city with them.
And then it gets hit by a car.
Yeah, it didn't last too long.
It didn't last too long.
It was a short.
Yeah, it was pretty
short.
Pretty short. Pretty short. Yeah.
But then what was next?
And then from there they went to the. Well, from there, they were just kind of kept running. They had, like, gotten into a bunch of sausages or something, and then they were running more. And then Bull got hit by Honey's owner. They were going to the dog show because there was this whole underlying storyline of Bull being jealous of one of Honey's showmates.
Right.
I forget his name, but he was super jealous because he was also the same kind of dog as her, but he was, like, beautiful and purebred or whatever, and he was like, she'll never want me over him.
Yeah.
And then so
they ended up like following the car to the dog competition. Sorry, were you done?
No, I was just gonna say that.
Oh,
no,
okay,
you're good.
My bad.
You stole the words right out of my mouth.
So
go ahead.
They follow the car to this dog competition where Honey, whose Bull's love interest, is going to be competing to try and get the best in show.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, we know that the male best in show is a dog similar to Honey. He wins it every year. And essentially, if they both win, she will have to like breed with him, like, as show dogs do, essentially. And so, yeah, Bull is trying to prevent that / like be there. Yeah, so whatever. So they end up going to this dog competition.
Yeah, they go to the dog show, and as they're walking around, the dogs low key inside are insane because all they can focus on is the dog show.
Yeah,
walking perfect, back straight, chin up.
Some of
tail,
them are practicing their barks.
Like they're all that was hilarious. A woof. A woof.
Yeah,
that doesn't sound right.
Yeah, right, but it was really highlighting the fact of like, you know, these show dogs, these animals that are in these competitions, they're taken even further away from their natural actions, their natural habitats, like their natural like instincts as dogs.
Absolutely.
And I also felt like it was kind of a comparison to even like human modeling, you know, like that those sorts of industries where kids and stuff are starting from a young age and they're getting drilled by parents and these people about, oh, you have to do this, you have to do, and then it's like they become these like machines and they can't think outside of that.
Yeah, it's so true. Yeah, it's so true because they're being trained and being told, like, punished if they're not being perfect. So all of these dogs, literally were just like OCD, basically, is the best way to put it. They were all very much like, I must do this, I must do this, I must do this, I must do this. I can't survive if I don't.
Exactly, yeah. And so it was, you know, Honey did actually end up winning the best in show for the female dogs, whatever. And when she won it, she realized at that point, like, oh, Bull was right. Like, there is beauty in being different. You know, you don't just want to be just like everybody else, because she turned around and all the dogs looked identical to her. All the male dogs look identical to each other. All the like show dogs.
Yeah. And like there was the whole, like, to your point about the modeling, there was the whole thing when she won, all the other dogs were like, I can't, my nose is too long. Yours is perfect. Your tail is great. Your ass is perfect. I can't believe I ate today. Like all those sorts of things.
Right.
So it really does exemplify like that sort of aspect of modeling and like the unhealthiness of it,
like
when
the
it's
body image issues.
yes,
And
exactly.
yeah, definitely.
So yeah, she had that whole realization, and then also saw like Bull had seen her and the showmate win, so he was all down in the dumps and sad and everything.
Yeah.
And he was leaving, but Honey had seen him, so she ended up following them, but we don't find that out until later
Right.
because he met back up with his boys, with his little squad.
Yeah.
And they all ended up deciding to go to the dog whorehouse.
This movie was crazy. Yeah, they literally had crazy. Like this abandoned old house, like messed up windows, the roof caving in, and it's just this party house for dogs. There's just a party going on. There's just dogs just doing crazy shit all over the place. It was
party is light.
It was
definitely over.
It was crazy. Yeah, it was so.
There was a lot. Yeah. I mean, they walked in. Lucky had like a whole sexual awakening, basically, with the bouncer, Frankie, who was a Doberman and was also transgender. So,
well, like a gender fluid person, because they were born with both genitalia.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. So that was really cool. Yep. Like the nod towards the LGBTQ like community and everything like that, because Frankie and that Lucky where, you know, they had conversations about it. They kind of talked to each other about how they felt and those sorts of things. And that was like really cool. Yep. And I really appreciated that part.
Definitely.
So
that was super cool.
Yeah.
And then so within like the actual whorehouse, like Bull ended up meeting another dog. See, I just don't know what kind of dog she is. Some sort of collie, border collie or something.
Yeah.
But he met a dog.
I don't know.
He met a dog that looked just like Honey.
Right.
So she was like the same breed. And her name was Molasses. And then he went off to some room with her. And like they were chatting, and he was just like super, super down in the dumps, talking about Honey and everything. And then Molasses kind of like tricked him.
She was like, I got this itch on my back. Yeah. Can you get it? So he like climbs up there, and
then she like suctions him up, basically, makes her mount him, and then Honey,
of course, walks in right after and is just like, you know, I knew you weren't different, you're just like all the others, blah blah blah. And then like animal control shows up, basically shuts down the party, starts catching all the dogs. So you kind of have like the chaos of that happening.
That was crazy. They all end up getting put into the pound,
right? But of course Honey had like a chip because she's a show dog, so her owner showed up quickly after to pick her up to take her to her play date where the other best in show dog was going to be. So essentially Bull and his pack, they had an incentive to try and break out of the prison that they were in.
And how did they do that?
They did a little Bellagio nod. So if you've been down to Vegas,
that was hilarious.
You've seen the water, the fountains, and
everybody
sort of
knows the Bellagio.
Yeah,
you know the Bellagio,
so
right?
they did a pee Bellagio.
Yeah, the Bellagio of piss.
Yeah, Pelagio.
Pelagio.
It was crazy. They just peed everywhere in unison and used that. Yeah. To take out the guards and get the keys, and then Bull goes running back to his cribbo to try and intersect
the mating ritual that was happening.
So what happened? So he gets propelled over the fence and lands.
Because he tried to jump over the fence again and just face planted like 8 times before Rocco was like, I'll launch you off my butt. And
He's
then
a bit
sent
of a
him
chubby lad. He was never getting over the fence.
No, it was so funny that he really thought he could.
I know, yeah.
But so he propels him over. Bull lands on Honey.
And the other show dog, he is like super conceited, not paying attention
at all. Not
he's
even
obsessed
looking
with
at her.
himself. So he's about to get into the position, but is not paying attention at all because he's just having this conversation. Meanwhile, Bull lands on Honey's back. They start having a conversation because Bull is essentially confiding to Honey like the feelings he has and how he loves
his love to
her.
Right. Yep.
But the show dog was about to mount
Honey. But what ended up really happening was Bull was basically right positioned where Honey would be, and no,
yeah, the show
and the
dog
show dog
starts the process.
no.
Then the show dog starts the process, but he is not with Honey. He is with Bull. So Bull is straight up taking back shots from the show dog. And he is straight to face, having a conversation with the dog he loves while he's getting crazy. It was insane.
Insane.
He's having a whole conversation with her. They're talking about their feelings and stuff, and he is literally just like, it was not like actually arguably one of the funniest things we've seen. That was hysterical.
Yeah, that was genuinely
but needless to say, he stopped the show dog from
impregnating
honey because the dog was inside of him. And then he and Honey then got together later that night.
Because he went home, had the whole reunion with his family, had the whole like reckoning with the fact that he was going to lose his balls. And then Honey came over that night and like snuck him out basically onto the playground that they had, onto the little playset thing. And they made it.
They did it.
Yeah.
And so then it fast forward to the dog park 3 months later. Honey shows up. He's there at the pack, of course, missing his balls now. And then all of Honey and Bull's kids show up.
All their little pups.
All their little brats. Just fucking climbing over.
So they're at the dog park, and all her puppies are climbing all over Bull. And then she's like, oh yeah, I'm going out with the girls. I'm going out with the girls tonight. I'll see you later. You can watch the kids, right? And he's like, yeah, all right. And then he's feeling a type of way about it. And Rocco's like, what could they really be getting up to? What's the worst it could be? When we tell you, we were not expecting what they showed up.
Nothing could have prepared me for what came next. A big ass bear.
A bear is. They were at like a strip.
Yeah, they were back at the whorehouse, and a bear is putting on like a strip performance, balls out,
booty shaking, going on the ball and everything. But the balls were literally just like elastic. Like a yo-yo, almost like a yo-yo.
And they were throwing, out. They were shooting honey at him, throwing fish at him. Like it was
insane.
Nuts. It was nuts.
So much worse, literally nuts. So much worse probably than Bull could have imagined.
Facts.
Because it was crazy. Just
but that was how it closed out. Oh man, what an experience. So overall, I mean, what did you think of it? I mean,
for what it was, I genuinely thought it was really funny. I genuinely really liked the perspective. I thought it was really funny. I would honestly give it like an 8 out of 10 for what it is.
Valid. That's super valid.
Because it kind of gives me like sausage party vibes. You know, like you know what you're getting into when you're watching it.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And again, we chat about it pretty much every time we're doing a show or a movie review, where we talk about like the headspace in which you're going into said film or said movie with. And this is definitely one of those where, again, you want to go into this with a headspace of wanting to have a laugh, wanting to have some cheap giggles, like not really trying to deep anything too much. Like you really got to go into it with that lighthearted vibe, because it is exactly like you said. It's kind of like that sausage party, like that Ted, like that very crude humor, Family Guy-esque, you know,
definitely.
Very crude, but you know, hilarious. Funny, like very funny. And I think like the element of like the animals was like also very funny as well. Just because again, like the adult animation element, I think it was
honestly 8.5. I'll boost it because I just feel like I don't even know what I would change. It was honestly really funny.
Honestly, for the story that was presented, I thought it was hysterical.
What was your score?
I would give it a 7 out of 10. I mean it was a well earned laugh. I think we were laughing throughout. Like it wasn't just like the funny moments were kind of spread out in like, no, like it was funny like at all points, or
Yeah.
it was crude at all points, or it was making you like, oh, at all points. So, you know, it was hitting all of those
Yeah.
triggers that you want from a comedy kind of throughout the movie,
Definitely.
which is
Yeah.
why I feel like we enjoyed it. It was a ride. It was a
Yeah,
ride.
it was. It was. Yeah, it was. Yeah, genuinely. Again, yeah, it was
Yeah.
funny. I really liked it for what it was. I liked all the characters. It had like a decent storyline.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, and like the whole neuter thing with
yes,
dogs, like,
like
you
you
know, we can
know
all
that's
understand that, and it's really funny that they essentially addressed like the counter perspective of that, like the
yes,
perspective of the dogs who are being neutered, you know,
definitely.
because
Yeah.
it's not something that people think about every day. But yeah, for like the dogs that are smart animals, it was cool to kind of get that opposite side. Yeah,
Absolutely.
even though
Yeah.
obviously done in the realm of a comedy and stuff.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I feel like that's the best way to do it, though. I don't know how
No, no, no.
documentary
Had to
about
be a comedy.
dogs depressed.
But yeah, I mean, those were our thoughts on Fixed, the comedy movie on Netflix. It is an adult animation, rated R, which essentially depicts a very horned up dog that is about to be neutered. And so they go with their pack on a last adventure before getting neutered. And yeah,
Yes.
it was a fun watch. It was honestly a fun watch.
Yeah, it really was. An honorable mention for the like human animation aspect, kind of Tom and
Yeah,
Jerry nod without showing
yeah,
the faces or anything of the humans.
yeah.
So that was pretty cool. I
I like
literally just thought
I
about
like that
that.
as well. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
when they like have animation, but they really focus in on the characters.
Yes,
That was cool. It
definitely.
didn't like bring the humans into it too much, like at all, which was
No,
great.
not at
Yeah, it
all.
was
Yeah.
truly
So
from the animal's perspective.
yes.
Yeah,
So yeah, I really like that. Just literally just came to my head. So
yeah,
wanted to throw it out there.
yeah.
But if
Fine.
you made it this far,
Thanks for watching.
and we'll see you next time.
Peace.
Bye.